Today we're here at Deer Lakes Park in West Deer, PA. I'm here with Destiny. There's 3 different ponds, so we're gonna walk around all 3 ponds and check out what's here. I'm gonna turn this around for a better picture of the sign. See, somebody's having a bridal shower down at one of the pavilions. I've heard these lakes have a lot of lily pads, so we're gonna take a look for those as we go. It's got a lot of notices here at the beginning of the park. Today we're going to be taking the paved loop. It's going to be the path that just goes around the lakes, but you can see there's 2 other trails there, and then there's that one that goes way up into the woods that's marked with a white blaze that's not on here. So this is the kids park at the Deer Lakes, and it actually looks super cool. It's a little water park over to the left. Some kids and their parents playing there right now. And then over to the right here is all kinds of playground equipment. So if you have kids, this looks like a really cool place to get some exercise in. Also, it looks like there's some ducks down there at the first lake, so we're gonna go there and see if we can get those on film better. Way out in the middle here, you can see there's like bubbles coming up. There's some type of water system. So this is the first lake, and lots of ducks that we just saw on the lake here. There's a butterfly right in front of me. This is a full view of the first lake. Then we have 2 more to go. You're gonna see Destiny here, standing out on, it's not a rock, I'm not sure what that is. And she's coming back. And over there to the left is the ducks that we just saw. Got some cattails. The cattails are the thing in the back, not directly in front of us. Not sure what this is in front of us, but thought it looked fun. Got this exercise bar here. Looks like it's for pull-ups and arm dips. I'm not sure what you call the arm dips, but it's got both. Hear a lot of talking in the background. Got some families out for picnics today at the pavilions. But we got this little offshoot here, and the first pond here is just covered in these lily pads on the far side. You can see out there, some of them have flowers. Try and get some zoom on one if we can. One of those flowers out in the distance. There's a trail that goes off here. This one has markings, trail markings. And from what I've been told from a lady out there is that this is a probably 6-7 mile trail. So someday when we're really in shape, we'll come back and hit this trail. But for now, we're gonna stick with the main lakes. Down there's Destiny at the main lake area. So we're heading back down. A lot of pine cones down here. This is bridge number 2. We're out here at what looks like a kind of another parking lot in a loop circle. Do not feed the geese and ducks. Got another butterfly. Just hanging out, doing his thing. Here he goes. Nice view of the pipeline back in there for electric. Some birds up in the tree Destiny just pointed out. Good find. This tree is really cool. Destiny just said it'd be a great spot for a geocache. I agree. I wish I would have thought of that. I just didn't realize that was there. So we're heading up here towards what is, I believe, the second lake, might be the third. As you can see, this park's a little more urban. We're out here heading to IKEA today, so we had to adapt and find a park that was near IKEA, and in this case, we're sort of near Pittsburgh. So I think we have some blackberries here. There in the distance, there's some bubbles for this third lake also. Keep the water moving. This is bridge number 3. There's a tiny spillway down here to the right. Tiny spillway that comes out of the pond and leads down into the bushes there, lower area. Makes a little river, it looks like. Heads down into the rocks. So we kind of have a walkway here over towards the pond area. It's more just like a grassy area, but I'm down here and seeing what's there. So this tree has what look like they turn into the spiky kind of things in the fall around here. Not sure what they are, but there's a picture of one. You can see it's starting to get spiky. I don't see any older ones yet. Got more of these red berries. These must be invasive or something, because I've seen these in almost every trail that we've done so far. This is the backside of the third lake. So we're heading around and gonna do a turn, and then we're gonna videotape the other side of the lake on the way out. So we're almost at the end of the lake loop trail, and then we're gonna loop around and come back the other side. This tree's really big. So this tree's pretty old. You can see just how large this tree trunk is. So I just wanted to give some perspective. Just getting a view of the lake through the cattails. Now that sign back there said no swimming, but yeah, I don't think I'd plan on it anyways here. Nice lake, but very stagnant. If you don't want to see a dragonfly in a cobweb, now's a good time to look away. But if you do, there's a dragonfly here that's caught in this cobweb. Can't zoom in, it gets blurry, but you can still get good footage of it.
Come on, honey. Excuse us. People.
There's what looks to be an outdoor fitness area over here, supposedly, and you can see the equipment looking things. Not sure how you use these, but we'll take a look. Here we go. So some instructions on how to use this. Place leg or arm at comfortable height on foot hand grips. Use arch bar and grips. Begin a slow controlled stretching motion. Ah, it's for stretching. I thought it was like for cardio. Interesting. Here's Destiny using the hip swing bar that we have found. You can see she's very stretchy. I tried this and I got like a quarter of that.
Really stretchy.
I think this is bridge number 4 that we're crossing. So this is probably the last bridge on the way in. Looks like we got some older cattails here to the left. So there's another one of those chimneys for the birds. And there's a picnic table back in there. But looks like the trail just loops around here and we're heading back towards the beginning. I think this was a bench at one point, and it looks like it fell off its foundations. Nice view through the cattails here. These are fun. There's these little kind of stepping stones. This one's sort of far apart. and heading back on the trail. Up close to one of the flowers from the lily pads. Looks like it's blooming. It's a view of kind of down in the lake, at least what we can see of it. A large fly on this trash can. I mean, I know it doesn't look big compared to the trash can, but in real life, that's a pretty big fly. Oh, there it is compared to Destiny's finger. So this sign says thanks for visiting, but we're not quite done yet, right? We're gonna go and loop around the other half of the lake. It's like a dead tree out there in the middle of the other trees. This looks like bridge number 5. I'd say there's a cave, but it's more like a drain pipe. I ain't going back in there. But yeah, there it is. And actually, it leads to underneath here and feeds into the third lake. And this is a really cool stone structure. I'm gonna get to the other side of it. So not going back in, but just taking a look at the drain pipe there. It is big enough for a person, but not doing that today. Then over here is where it drains into the lake. I just thought this looked really cool. I haven't seen stone like this before, or cement. This is the river from the other side of the bridge that flows out into the lake. And now we're looping back around on the other side of the lake. You can see on the left-hand side out in the distance, one of the bridges we walked over on the way over here. So there's this little path out into the lake here. I'm gonna go over to this far one and get like a 360 shot if I can. I think it was a fish or a frog down in there. This is from out on one of the cement blocks just off the lake. See, we got a bumblebee in on the action. Got some restrooms over to the right. And then over here looks to be a little memorial of sorts, so we'll see what's here. Veterans Memorial. Down at the second lake. Airplane above. Over to the left is the bridal shower. Got 2 bumblebees. Used to be a piece of exercise equipment here. Looks like they took it out. That's interesting. All the other ones are intact. Got another view here of lake number 2 from the opposite side. You can see there's a bridge off in the distance. Destiny has identified this as a birch tree. The white bark on this tree is so different than everything else we've seen. So this is a birch tree, I believe, according to Destiny. I think she's right. Looks like we got some more ducks here. There's a whole line of them. Just out here having a good time. Back at Deer Lakes Park, the other day, the third lake, I think is actually up there. So we're gonna go up there and take a look. I missed it the other day. So the first and second lake are down there. Those are the two we saw. I thought the first lake was actually like the first and second kind of connected, but it turns out it was just the first one and the second one. The third one's up this hill, so let's go take a look. One of the cool things here is a disc golf course, and I wanna come back and check this out sometime when I have the time to walk around the entire disc golf course. The sign that says Deer Lakes is closed to the public today from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. August 6th. But I don't see that many people, so we're gonna try and walk up here and take a look at the lake anyways. We'll see. It's about 80 degrees out today, raining. Got a decent sized hole in the ground here. See, compared to my hand. Just by the lake. It's cool. Almost fell in it. This is the third lake. Got our first bridge here. Still not a lot of water running down these spillways, but you can see there's a spillway there. I don't know if this lake has an official path, but there's this little path here around it, so I'm gonna walk around and get some footage. Definitely a bit more interesting than the first two. Just if you're into nature more, it's less crowded. Saw some folks fishing back there. Guy had a fish finder. He puts it like on his line and throws it out into the lake, and it tells him how deep the lake is. I think he had it like 17 feet. This lake doesn't look that deep, but yeah, he had his fish finder out there. It was like 17 feet almost. This bench is pretty high up. It's kind of hard to tell. Turn it around here. If you want to feel tall, this is the bench for you. So didn't realize that this was the third lake. Like I was saying, I thought the first one was actually like two that were just kind of connected, but that's not the case, right? There were two down there that we saw the other day. And now we're back getting the third lake because the video of the lake's loops without this third lake doesn't make much of a video if it's not all three. And over to the right here, just goes up into the woods a ways. To the left is the lake, and then the right goes up into the woods or the pond. This is the view from the other side of the lake. It's got this Really cool walkway here, going across the backside of this lake. Just gotta watch your step. Probably 3 feet down there. Okay, I guess I'm on the disc golf course. It's unsure, so don't want to hit with the frisbee or anything, so gonna keep moving. This looks like a pretty good spot to drop the GoPro potentially. Right in there. It's super clear there, that would be nice. But it looks like I'm gonna have to get wet because I don't have an attachment to put it down in there. So, see if we can find somewhere that's a little closer to the water. Oh, this looks like a good spot. The third lake from the other side. Got another one of those tall benches. It's probably 4 feet off the ground. And picnic table here. You can probably see how high that bench is in comparison to the top of this picnic table. So walking over this board here, let's see how it goes. All right, that held up, that's good. It's heading around the backside of the lake here. This looks like another good spot. One more view from this lake up here. We're almost back at the start. The start's right over here where those two guys off in the distance are walking by the bridge to the left. They're just to the right of it. So almost back. It's a pretty short lake. Really glad we got up to this third lake today to check it out and just get some footage, some test footage underwater with the GoPro and just give it a try and see what it can do. Didn't want to finish Deer Lakes without including this third lake, right? You can't say you went around the lake loops without having this. So glad we came up. If you're looking for a more naturey hike, this third lake is the one for you. It's shorter, but less people than the first two.